Streaming activated. As Jared digests information.
So while he's reading the handouts, I must ask Chris, what's with the tarot cards?
That has to do with what's his face?
So not appearing in this episode.
Armand's plot.
Oh, okay.
But basically, all the NPCs are associated with them. I played Persona 5 and I was like, dope. So
that's what I was thinking.
All the important NPCs are associated with the tarot.
Gotcha. So if we like hang out with them, we can strengthen our bond and summon monsters?
Not monsters, but yes.
Metaphysical constructs?
Perhaps.
Well, as the captain told us after the to hunt bandits in southern Montaigne. Looks like the bandits are probably operating out of the forest stags, which is supposedly an enchanted forest down. So I guess pack silver bullets.
Roving bands of werewolves. Yep, that's about the gist of it. Duke Orsino, who, if anybody can tell me that reference, I will give him a hero point. He's requested that you help his villages, and so, taking this into consideration, you guys head southwards to deal with this threat. Renee, you actually know the Forest of White Stags, because for 2 generations your family has been charged with protecting it and stuff, so you're actually quite familiar with it.
Seriously?
Yeah, the Orsino land borders the Beaufort lands.
Alright then.
Unless you made yourself a northern noble, in which case, not anymore.
No, I left it kind of vague, because I didn't really know what we were going to be doing this campaign.
Oh, well, here we go.
Alright then.
So, is there anything you guys wish to pack or make sure you have as we...
Horses.
Clothes.
Horses! Right, they get you 4...
You know,
4
the
Montaigne
usual
steeds.
supplies. Like, do we know where we'll be? Like, are we be like camping out in the woods, or is there like a garrison we'll be staying at? Or
Yeah,
I
each
think we'll
of
probably stay in a village or something.
okay,
Yep.
all right. Then usual supplies.
The
Before we
village of
leave,
Dijon usually has a garrison, but during wartime they don't have a garrison anymore, so you guys are shacking up there.
Alright then.
Before we leave, I'll send a
Dope. And here is a 3rd grader's rendering of what a place might look like. So those 4 brown squares are villages, which have villages in the area under the control of the Orsino. That red mark basically shows where the bandits have been striking and where they're going out. The darker green is naturally the Forest of White Stags, and that river is a river. What's the river's name, Joe?
It is the ça vient.
Indeed it is.
It's a terrible name. So it literally just looked at my name.
Only it's spelled like a Star Wars name. So with you four, including Pierre. Hey guys. That's Pierre.
Bonjour, bien.
Bonjour. You pack up for,
Change of clothes.
good week of supplies, warm socks, and head south. Off in the far distance, you see the border of Castiel. And even as you stand near the border, everything you see now belongs to the Emperor, and you think proudly, we are Montaigne.
No.
We are the
No.
best.
No.
Truly. Without the
I
way
totally
you
think
guys...
that.
Sorry, what was that?
I totally think that.
I do
Oh, yeah,
not.
absolutely.
Soon there will be no more religion.
Soon there'll be no more emperor if that keeps up.
And you guys head over to Dijon first so you can put away your supplies. And really, make good on that garrison thing. So, go there, and as
Sounds
you
good.
arrive in Dijon, you see a sadly barren and poor-looking village. As looks quite downtrodden. Many of the glass windows are now broken glass holes in buildings. But as everybody sees, 4 musketeers. Oh yeah, Armand, he must have eaten something at the high-class food. Obviously doesn't mix well with his lowbrow stomach, because boy oh boy, he just couldn't get out of bed. Anyway. But as everybody sees these musketeers coming down the streets, they run out and throw flowers at you and cheer as you pass by. Throw flowers at you in like a friendly manner, and not throw flowers at you like they're trying to kill you with flowers. Very important distinction.
Is that a thing in this game?
No, but knowing me, I wouldn't put it past myself to...
Maybe an Avalon.
Yeah, maybe. To make someone that throws flowers at people and kills them. So you have tiny children tugging at your pant legs. And such.
Ruffle some hair.
Oh, thanks, mister.
Smile.
He smiled at me.
Mister.
Mrs. It's hard to tell under that tabard. I have to go. Goodbye.
Guess we'll go look for the town mayor or something.
But of course. Sabine is pretty butch. That long, flowing, blonde hair. That's also true. Yeah, you guys head over towards the headman's building, where, he's currently coming out of it, tucking in his shirt, making sure his eyebrows are sleek and well presentable, and he gives a deep bow to you for musketeers, and presents himself to you. Welcome, noble musketeers, to the humble town of Dijon. Thank you so much for... He raises his hands above his head. Thank you for taking the time out of your lives to come help us. We're truly grateful.
Good to see you again, Chief.
And he goes, yeah, you too. Horatio?
Alright, so what's the situation?
And the camera goes grainy, black and white. 3 months ago, from the forest came, basically for the last 3 months, bandits have been attacking us from the forest of white stags and all the villages in the surrounding area, and they've been raiding us for just about everything, attacking food shipments, and this area is a large farmland, so they've been attacking that. They've been breaking open stores for money and just general muckery. They are led by a man named Mirian the Giant, who nobody's actually seen him. He never raids personally, but all sorts of horror stories exist about him.
Do we know at this point if they're just regular outlaws, or if these are like guerrilla warriors from Castile, or what?
People are pretty sure that they're just normal, everyday outlaws.
That are operating out of the...
Maybe.
Well, where else do you think they... Actually, they might be operating out of Avanon, since it hasn't been attacked.
Oh, perhaps.
Or perhaps that's the next target.
He'll also go on to tell you that all the villages have been hit multiple times, except for, of course, Avanon. I guess he would know that. He knows that Dijon's been hit several times. And the reports you guys were given share a similar tale.
Well, what is the most common thing that these bandits are absconding with?
Usually it's... Ooh, sorry. Usually it's food. Either food or just money. They don't really bother with trade goods or anything like that. Anything that needs fencing.
Is there any sort of routine? Is it like when farmers are bringing in their haul, or?
They always raid at sunrise, because the sun is to their back, so nobody can see them coming.
Do they seem particularly well armed to them?
Not well armed, but they seem like weirdly well coordinated. And the few patrols that the Orsino managed to like set up and everything, they seem to be able to evade them easily. And
No. Sounds like marauders.
oh, and just to I completely forgot to say this. It's a little weird that Duke Orsino asked for help in the first place, because basically the way nobilities work in Montaigne is that if something goes wrong in your province, you fix it or you fucking die trying, and you never ask for help, and you never let the emperor know that anything ever went wrong in your province. So it's a little out of the usual that the Duke even bothered asking for anybody. But as you traveled his land, he looks he owns a lot of it, but a lot of it looks pretty poor.
Yeah, I'm sure with the war going on and all those men being drafted into the army, things are a little rough for him right now.
Yeah. It's mostly ladies and young men in these villages at the moment.
So, the villages, what are they like? Are they just like still like dirt? Like, is the main road still like dirt and mud when it rains? Or is there like cobblestone at all?
Dijon's the biggest one. That's the one where you guys are at. It's pretty modern. It has cobblestones. Cane down at the bottom is also, it's very small, but it's pretty modern, and it's like mixed heritage. They also speak Castilian down there, but Avanon and Brest are both pretty poor and still have dirt roads and only have a few brick buildings set up there.
Okay. So they've been stealing food from the farmers, I presume, or their farms. Okay.
Yeah, or like stores that they have around the village.
All right. And just robbing the local businesses, or just breaking down all the doors.
Just robbing down local businesses. They haven't been terrorizing the citizenry unnecessarily.
Okay. Okay.
And they started out as a pretty small band, but obviously as they've been gathering more, as they've proven that they can do this more and more, they've been getting a lot bigger. In the estimation of 40 bandits.
What steps have they taken so far to protect the villages?
Early on in the raiding, they basically sent small garrisons to each village to help defend it, and there were small skirmishes, and the bandits ended up winning, so they started sending patrols out into the forest, but they really couldn't afford to, and that stopped things for a while, but they really couldn't afford to keep it going, and they had to basically drop that plan. So now basically once a week they send a small party between each of the villages and patrols there.
All right then.
So
So
have you heard
there's a few fighting men in the area that you guys could recruit.
So when you were last robbed, do you know how much longer after the next village was attacked?
There's about a week between each
Okay.
attack.
All right. Captain, what are your thoughts?
I'm not a captain.
Well, you're our captain, right? Aren't you?
No.
What are you?
It's supposed to be just first.
You're like our captain.
Yeah.
He's sergeant.
Sergeant, that's right.
Just let you guys know, if you want to make a scholarship roll, you guys could look at the ledgers and everything to check all the spillage, or, Now's the time for you guys to start finding information suited to your characters.
That's the thing. I didn't want to really be
In charge.
Yeah, I didn't want to play anybody in charge.
Well, I mean, why'd you make your character like a captain in your backstory then?
I didn't.
I thought he was leading that.
Yeah, as a soldier on the front lines type deal.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Well, I'll talk to people. Someone else can look at the books, because that's tedious and boring.
That's boring. Sense of being to where the action is.
I mean, from a tactical standpoint, it seems like they're either operating out of Avanon or maybe the next target. Either way, I'd say that's where we need to go.
It is curious that Avanon's never been attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In how many months?
3 months.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the village elder or one of the people around here who've got some spare time if they'll be willing to ride with us to Alvanon. Sort of.
We can do that. Yes, I'd be... Me, 80-year-old Mike Peterson, would be most happy to go along with you. Ever since my children left, I've had nothing to do, but I still have one more adventure left in my heart.
Well, all right then.
You can't be serious, Renee.
Doesn't everybody
He's
give their
ancient.
life story to strangers?
He's ancient.
Hey, Mr. Peterson, how many fingers am I holding up?
3.
That's right. His eyesight's fine. That's all we need him for.
Excellent. Did Sabine want to talk around, or was she gonna save that for?
Yeah, I wanted to talk around, read some people,
Sweet.
try to see if I don't know if anyone's try to get a read to see if who travels a lot between the villages as it is, anyone that could possibly be a mole slipping some information of when to best do the raid.
Okay. There are 3 bits of information, so that'd just be a raise each.
Alright, so it sounds like panache empathy.
I like it.
Trying to read people, butter them up, looking for the telltale signs of somebody slipping up or not having the story entirely straight. Get them to trust me. Share drinks.
Using the read method?
Yep, using the read method. 4, 2, let's see what else I got. Nope. All right. Roll. Calculate raises. I have 3 raises.
Shit. That's exactly enough for how many I wanted from you.
7. And I have 1 dice left over.
I'll take it.
Excellent. Hero point.
Alrighty, so, there is an individual who travels from village to village, often making pit stops in, you guessed it, Avanon, and he goes by the name of Smiling Charlie, and he's often seen amongst the raiders. Many think that he is the lieutenant to Miriam the Giant. Sir Miriam the Giant, you find out, was just a normal everyday thug when one day he risked his life to save one of the white stags that resides in the forest of white stags. And apparently ever since then he's become a unkillable monster, basically.
Even though no one's seen him?
Yeah, it's like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where like, I wonder where the stories come from. And then the tales also tell that there's been raiding going on the other side of the forest, in Beaumontland. And there we go.
Alright.
Off to Avanon.
Ding, 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 ding. Traveling music. Dun, 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 dun.
And Avanon is a big town, but it's quite poor looking. There's a very nice looking chapel there that is obviously no longer a chapel and has any religious symbols stripped from it. And now it seems to be some sort of house. But all the roads are rocky and dirty, and the people look pretty rocky and dirty. However, every house has windows in it, and despite this obviously being a poor town, these guys are actually doing A-okay.
Well, Sabine, you're good at talking to people. Let's find out if they've seen our
Let
giant.
us look for the giant or smiling Charlie. Let us change out of our uniforms. I am going to go about this undercover.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't at least one of us, like, or maybe both or two of us, go into town, you know, dressed as the Musketeers, and you could go in, you know, dressed regularly.
Yep. I approve of this plan.
Yeah, I'll give you more room to operate.
Yes.
I volunteer
Works
to
for
go
me.
with Sabine as a citizen.
Oh, Pierre.
Have fun, Pierre.
You're so sweet. It would be quite proper to have an escort, of course.
Of course. I'm
Alright,
gonna prove
let's do
myself a hero after I was absent for that whole assassination plot thing.
All right.
Wait, there was an assassination plot?
Actually, you know
Yeah,
what? Only
there's-
one person was there for that.
Pierre was the only one that. No, Pierre was involved.
That's true. He did pop up. Never mind.
Pierre's always involved.
Yeah, Piers. I'm
He
just gonna
caught
say
the
it.
backup killer.
Heart and mind of the team. Heart and soul of it, sorry.
He's like our Captain America.
Yeah.
All right then. All right, so we'll have a costume change. Travel separately. You guys will arrive first.
I don't know. Would you rather? You might want to arrive first, in case, like, you know, the bad guys are about and they get spooked when they see the Musketeers ride in and they
It's a good
go
plan.
hiding.
Good
Yeah.
plan. Gotta wear one of those cloaks with a big hood so I can pull it.
Perfect.
Because lots of people apparently wear those and they're commonplace and nobody ever questions it.
Inconspicuous. Pierre also wears a hood. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Pierre's probably forgettable enough that he just walks out normally. And I have a feeling nobody would
Pierre
notice.
Robert, master of disguise.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, are you guys taking the old man along with you, or is the Musketeer squad?
He's going with the Musketeers.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
I don't want no old man with me. Just slow me down.
So team not Musketeers, team civilian. They arrive in Avalon late at night. Not late at night, but, you know, early in the evening. Everything is, you know, nice and quiet. A serene little town with no fear of being attacked by bandits or other such brigands. And they see two new travelers coming in, and they look at you suspiciously, fearing that you might bring the bandits with them. But you guys look baby-faced enough, so after a while they shrug their shoulders and move on with their lives. As you you know, give the town a once over. You don't see anybody that you would describe as a giant. Everybody's you know,
Yeah,
perfectly average sized Frenchman.
yeah. I feel like that would make this a lot faster if there was a giant just walking around. So yeah, I'm just heading straight to the tavern, the pub or tavern, because there's always one. Villages need someplace to go after a long day.
For real, they took church away. All these people have left is alcoholism.
Yeah, or secret church.
Secret church.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, I would head there. You know, it's probably got lodge, the only place where usual place where there's lodgings for the night.
yeah, for sure.
So I'm like eyeing the locals, and mostly just people watching at first. Then like waiting for the actual musketeers to show up to watch demeanors, see if anyone's demeanors change. You know, not towards the positive, towards like the oh shit.
Very good, very good. Yeah, after a little bit of in there, you see, yeah, people. There's one group in particular that's having a really good time. It seems like, and they're laughing. They look a little bit rougher, but about part way into your travel, you'd say a few minutes before the musketeers arrive in town. There is one young lady who steps inside, and she's about 6 feet tall. You're not sure you'd label that a giant, but she's certainly tall for a lady and tall for a man in this time and age. And when she comes in, everybody kind of gets a little silent, including the people who are having a really good time. And she approaches the bar and buys herself a drink. Meanwhile, the musketeers are just now entering town. Getting a much warmer reception from whoever else was on the street prior to this, because you are musketeers and you are beloved by all people of Montaigne who do not fear justice. And as you come in, people are smiling and waving at you, you know, offering to buy you a drink. And the old man at your side, he clutches his heart and he points towards a few individuals currently leaving the town. You'd say about 6 of them. And he says, "That's him! Smiling Charlie!" And then he keels over and falls off the horse.
Jeez.
His last adventure has been had.
Well, okay then.
You killed that man.
I don't think like CPR was a thing at this point, so I guess we'll just go after him.
I mean, it could have been. It's up to you. Go chase down Charlie. Robertson deserved this.
Yeah.
Or Peterson.
Peterson. Avenge Peterson.
Yeah, definitely we're gonna do that.
Okay, so yes, you guys on your horses making a commotion ride up to these 6 men who are heading out of town by way of field and not dirt road, or like hopping over a fence when you guys come galloping up to them. And they stop in their tracks and kind of shift uncomfortably as you guys approach. One befreckled young man with blonde hair gives a bright smile. He goes, "Oh, good evening, musketeers. How can I help you?"
Who all is here? Player-wise, are we all there together?
It's you and Leon.
Okay. Leon, you want to take this since you've been kind of quiet tonight?
Like I said, I'm you're under arrest.
I like it.
We know you're associated with the band.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the 6 of them nod cordially and say, of course, anything to, anything to help the musketeers out. Cheese it! They jump over the fences and start running for the forest.
Halt or you'll be killed.
Oh, shit!
Guess who has ranks in riding?
All of us?
All of us?
Because it's a musketeer thing.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
That certainly sounded like intimidation, but and of course at this point our musketeers who are looking out for any commotion reacting to musketeers hear this too and can.
I mean,
Also,
if you want me to roll intimidation on that,
I do.
I do have that as well.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like your approach, or I mean, everybody's approach can be different. So,
Well, I got 3 raises with 1 spare.
Sweet. Do you want me to? Do you want a hero point?
Sure.
Okay, give me a moment to make turn orders.
Oliver Sergeant's like, you're under arrest. Get back here, or I'll shoot you. It's like, I don't want to deal with these punks.
All right, Chris. Should I go ahead and roll riding?
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. All right, this is going to be riding finesse.
Of which Renee has copious amounts.
All right, I'm seeing a 5 successes with no leftover die.
You know, it's like Renee was in the cavalry or something.
Also, he's got that, what do you call it? Quick reflexes for riding.
Ah, sweet.
Nice.
So he's technically at a 6.
Jeez.
Did
These thugs are
Sabine
pretty
want to jump in or?
Oh no, like I'm in the bar and
Yeah.
I've got like a plan to also try to get information elsewhere. So I was just gonna spend a hero point to fascinate that woman that made the entire place quiet down.
Okie doke. Well, then
Yeah,
we'll get to that
basically
after
to
combat.
lure her over to talk to her.
Okie doke. Alrighty, Renee, you go fourth. You go first.
Excellent. Okay, so what are my options?
Oh yeah, you want me to give that to you?
Please.
Sure. Let's see. Chasing down somebody. It seems like. Let's see. Any suggestions? Anybody? I'm willing to willing to indulge.
Well, if I understand this correctly, Smiley Charlie's the leader, so I'm probably going to try to take him down. I don't know. Can I just spend all my raises to catch him since I have 5 and he has 4?
Don't you have 6 technically?
I think it just counts in order of operations. I don't think it actually adds a 1 to it, does it?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's for initiative.
Yeah, take actions as if you had an additional raise to spend.
Yeah, sure. If you want to, like, if that's you applying pressure to make it so you can't spend enough raises to do anything, that's fine by me.
Okay, so I'm using one of my raises to apply pressure then? Is that what I'm doing?
No, you'd be like
you don't
using.
even use.
Basically, you'd be using 4 raises to apply so much pressure to him that he wouldn't be able to do anything.
Okay.
So you'd have one
Yeah.
to spare, so you could take out one of the thugs or something like that.
And
Okay.
applying, yeah. If you normally just want to apply pressure, that's just free.
Gotcha. Well, really what I had in mind is that I wanted to ride up on him and then, like, jump off my horse and knock him off his. What would I need to do in order to do that, Chris?
I guess you just be basically just be spending 5 raises to inflict 5 flesh wounds onto him.
Okay. Would he still be able to run away?
Yeah, he'd still be alive and kicking, basically. This won't be a slog fest to the death, but yeah, he'd still.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
as you described, and if Chris agrees, like yeah, spending the 5 raises to ride up and tackle him down, and then on top of that, you could apply pressure, saying he needs to spend if an extra raise just to try to escape your grasp because you've got him pinned down, or to do anything other than trying to escape your grasp.
That sound good to you, Chris?
Sounds good.
All right, then. Let's do it.
All right. So Renee does it, throwing himself from his horse and slamming down onto Smiling Charlie, inflicting 4 wounds. 5 wounds. 4 wounds. And Smiling Charlie will do exactly one thing, trying to get out of a spin over. He's just trying to get out of Renee's grasp. Then it goes on to Leon, who just saw this happen, sees Smiling Charlie kind of roll out of the grip of Renee.
I will use 1 raise to create an opportunity for somebody else with Smiling Charlie again by yelling at him. If you don't stop now, I'm going to kill you. And then I used Intimidate, so it's got to be verbal shit. And, I don't even know how else to really use that in this sort of situation. So.
Okie doke. Yeah, you can just do that, fellow. You can also use social skills on brute squads to get rid of them.
No.
Full future reference.
Okay.
So these 5 thugs who are with him are, not really trying to fight Renee, but they're really trying to get away from Leon. So they just kind of stampede past Renee, kind of stomp on Smiling Charlie and Renee as well, dealing 5 full wounds to Mr. Renee and a few wounds to Smiling Charlie. As they aim to get out of there, and after getting his face stomped on by his own men, Smiling Charlie's kind of just gonna set his head down on the grass and give a sigh as he resigns himself to being arrested. As his men fatefully abandoned him. But if you want, you guys can still chase after them, but they're not to. Not smiling so widely now, is he? No, he is not. And Smiling Charlie's brilliant, incandescent smile, effervescent smile is what I was trying to say, turns into a red frown. We go into the tavern where our girl Sabine is glowing like the sun itself, and
well, I mean, that's not so so basically, like, she's like, because I'm the way I'm seeing it is like I'm new to the town, whereas like everyone seems to recognize her, and like I'm putting off a certain air of like mystery, hopefully, and inviting like stroking her curiosity so much as like like me and Pierre are speaking in hushed tones as we look around, like eyeing the locals.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good to me. With 2 eyebrows set in opposing 45-degree angles, she marches up towards their table and puts a half-empty
Quick stiffen up as I look up at her.
tankard of beer down on the table. And she kind of eyeballs the 2 of you and say, who are you?
Who are you? Who wants to know?
Miriam. Now, who are you?
Miriam. Is that supposed to mean something?
And she rolls her eyes and says, listen, are you guys the bandits?
Excuse me?
Are you
That's Joe asking.
with... Are you guys with the bandits? I already talked to Smiling Charlie earlier.
I just got into town from Castile, and I didn't know there was local action to be had.
She rolls her eyes. Right. Well then, whatever your business is here, keep out. You know, this is a peaceful
Right.
town, and we don't need any shady characters. You know, prowling around. And she looks at Pierre and says, "Especially not someone that looks like you." And she picks up.
Sounds like you've already got some shady characters if you're asking me if I'm with the bandits. Sounds like an opportunity if I've ever heard one.
And she'll just shrug, and she'll pick up her tanker and be off.
Well, so
She got what she was looking for.
she has to pay attention only to me until the end of the scene, or until I cease speaking, paying attention, whichever comes first.
Oh, never mind. She takes back that comment about Pierre. You know, I feel like this conversation's done, but for some reason I just can't walk away.
But yeah, hero points are powerful.
I guess.
It's like advantages or advantageous or something. So Miriam, so who's Charlie, and how do I see him about a job? Apparently.
No, you don't go to Charlie for a job. You go to God. I made their names way too similar. Miriam and Marianne. I am the worst. Anyway.
Which one am I talking to?
You're talking to a lady named Miriam.
Okay.
I just had
I thought you
names
said-
fresh on my mind. You know.
Okay, I was like, oh, I guess it's Miriam. Yeah, I thought you had just basically said whoever the giant was. Okay.
No, my apologies. That's me. I went to many years of speech therapy, and I still mumble, so, it happens.
Okay.
You don't go to Charlie for a job. You go to Miriam the Giant for a job. Charlie just does the legwork. If you really want to work for the bandits, you get your ass out of Avion, and you head into the forest. Charlie and his boys just left, if you're...
And I'm trying to, I basically want to, try to, is she trying to bullshit me or something? How do I know I can trust you? Do you work for me? You gonna come with me to meet Miriam?
Why would I do that? No. I'm his daughter.
Oh. Okay. Well, how was I supposed to know?
No.
Alright, so where in the woods? They're big woods.
I don't know. I don't go into the woods. I stay in my little town and live a peaceful life without fear of thugs like you mucking things up.
Alright. It's good to know. Thanks for the tip, Miriam.
Can I go now? I can't look away.
Yeah, as I just turn my head and just start talking to Pierre.
And suddenly, as if a hand released her testicles, she is able to move of her own free will once again and heads her way out.
Alright.
To her own table.
After me and Pierre are going to get up and try to meet up with the others, because now we know why Avanon has not been attacked.
Smiling Charlie, a man who you assume frowning Frank, is presently tied up to a signpost, I guess. And you meet up with your fellow musketeers. Pierre throws his hands in the air and says, "We've got valuable information."
Calm down, son. Calm down.
I'm just so excited. This is like in the book.
Calm down.
Okay.
Well, that's great. We got Smiling Charlie.
Well, that's not quite information, but I guess we'll, there we have it.
What information do you have?
Well, we know why the Avalon hasn't been attacked. So.
Is it because the bandits live there?
No, they hang out in the woods. The Mirian, the giant, his daughter lives here.
Ah. Well, alright then.
So I suggest we hold her as hostage and demand Miriam come out to
Sure.
face justice. Or else we execute his daughter.
It's not a great idea, Pierre.
Or, you know, we
That's
could...
back burner. We can come back to it if we don't find anything better.
Okay.
Yeah,
not-
yeah, let's do the captain.
Your level head will, as always, prevails, Leon.
Sabine, see what you can get out.
Charlie? Okay.
Is she our torture expert now?
She's our social expert.
Well, yeah,
What?
but I mean,
You don't think I can press people for information?
he like gives her a look.
Yeah, I give him an arched eyebrow and a wink.
Remember when I changed Montaigne's society to be very accepting of lesbianism? I
Bisexual.
think I can get information out of a bandit.
I think this might require a different kind of pressing, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, feel free, Renee. You caught him. Go to town. Another wink.
Okay then. And kind of shrugs. So, Smiling Charlie. How's it going?
I've had better days.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
But you know, when you engage in social contract of banditry, you accept that one day you're gonna be trampled almost to death by your own men.
I would imagine so. How many men are in your camp?
Well, let's see, counting those 5 jabronis, there's 37, plus me, plus the leader.
That's quite a few.
Yep.
What would I
Lucrative
roll
business.
to? What would we roll to see if we can pick up on whether or not he's bluffing?
Does empathy exist in this game?
Yeah, that's a skill, empathy.
Yeah, an empathy. From this character sheet, it looks like Leon is a sociopath and has no skills in empathy.
Yeah, basically.
Very true. Oh, Leon too? Yeah, same here.
Yeah, Renee also
Alright.
is a sociopath.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
All right.
here.
So
We're gonna go
as
with
I'm just listening
Matt.
and watching him, I'm trying to suss out if he's peacocking or not. Because I got ranks in empathy. Because I'm a con artist.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay, I've got 2 raises.
There you go.
Okay, do. What'd you roll? Out of curiosity.
What did I roll?
Yeah, what'd you roll to get 2 races?
I rolled my 3 trade die with panache and empathy, and then I added another 2 bonus die, one for the wound I have, and the other for the this being the first time I've used that combination in this game
Okay, do.
or session,
That works.
and
fine
I have
for me.
1 dice left over if you want to buy that.
Sure, I will. Yeah, Renee was like, "Listen, I just got trampled. I can tell when a man's lying." No, Senior Charlie seems to be most genuine in his interactions with you thus far.
40-something men. That's something.
All right.
All right. I'm going to show you a map, and you're going to point to the spot on the map where you guys are
So,
camped out.
Charlie, you just had some recent hires and they ran off into the woods. Like I was told to head into the woods. What's preventing them from just being attacked by your boy Miriam?
Do 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 do. He looks at you and he kind of gives you a weird look that Renee can pick out because he still has a raise from empathy. Because Miriam is and he sighs and he puts his head down and he says he's magic and somehow he's connected to the forest and he can tell things about it when he's in there.
Well,
yeah,
that is unfortunate.
but even if he's magic, it's still 5 strangers just walking in the woods. How's Miriam gonna know that they're there to work for him or they're there to hunt him down?
I don't really think he's worried about people that hunt him down, to be honest, so he can take that risk.
So,
Okay.
how do we find him then if he's magically connected to the forest?
Oh, well, you know. The thing is that he's supposed to find you. Ooh, spooky. However, we do have a camp if that's what you're looking for.
Yes, please show me on the map.
Sweet, I will take this freehand paint tool. Change the color to red. Change the thickness to extra large. And put a spot on the map.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, let's. Do you guys have any more questions for him?
No, we just need a place to keep them securely stored for the night. And then you two need to change.
Since I haven't been in the village, do the village people look trustworthy? Can we keep them there, or should we take them back to Dijon?
It's probably faster if we try to storm here somewhere.
Yeah, it's really up in the ball. These guys are doing pretty all right with the bandits, so
Yeah.
they might
mean,
like Charlie or something.
but I saw a lot of locals that are clearly shunning Miriam's daughter Miriam. So,
Very true.
it's probably bringing shame upon the rest of the villagers.
Okay. So you're thinking maybe not then?
I think it's faster to, keep him, let's knock him out.
Well, I mean,
As I look
like,
to Leon, just waiting for him ready to smash that dude's head.
Hey,
No,
I would
Renee's
like
gonna
to say that I did surrender and I was compliant, so, maybe some trust could be earned.
tackled you off the,
Well, I'm not going to knock you out. And Renee, I don't know if he'll knock you out.
and he like looks over Sabine's shoulder at like the village, which is still clearly inside, and he's like, "Do we really need to? I mean, it's right over there."
No, I'm just saying, because if we just have him tied up and he's awake, he could try to untie himself and then get the word out to Miriam. But if he's unconscious, that makes it harder for him.
Just do what they do in heavyweights and tie him to a tree in the forest and put honey on his chest. And
Chris, I wish I could give you a hero point for making a heavyweights reference.
Thank you.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Alright, look, I mean, like, if we take this dude into town, word's gonna get out we have him anyway, so I don't think knocking him out or whatever is really gonna change matters much either way. So either I say either it's safe to put him in that town, or we take him back to Dijon, or you know what, we could just send Paris to go take it over to the other town.
Pierre.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
All right. So maybe I should explain my full plan. So, you know, we want him out of the picture. So when we go to the encampment, we're dressed. You know, we're not, you know, showing off that we're musketeers. We're gonna, you know,
Naturally.
do some subterfuge to try to infiltrate. If he manages to escape or somebody helps him get into the woods before us, that could obviously spoil the plan. So
Yeah,
having him
I
Pierre
understand
take him
that
back to
completely.
Dijon probably is the smartest play.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a point, you know. Says
Actually, I
Charlie.
just realized something. If that's our plan, I may have to sit this one out because I'm pretty well known around this area.
Well, then I'll take care of that. I'm a wonder with a makeup kit.
He looks a little skeptical, and he's like, "All right, we'll give it a shot."
Then the scene changes, and we just see Renee in a turban. He's like, come on. Come on.
And montage. Plus, you know, don't worry, Charlie. You're in good hands because Pierre is very willing to kill you. Should you try anything?
Yeah, totally. Oh man, I haven't killed in 2 days. I'm just twitching for it. Twitching to kill.
You know, I always forget Pierre is like supposed to be somebody's rival or something.
Yeah.
Is whose rival is he?
He's Armin's rival.
Oh, it doesn't matter right now.
What on earth does he have against Pierre?
Oh, it's my fault. I completely forgot about Pierre until the end of the training prologue, so I just like pooped the bed on making Pierre a credible threat.
Okay, because he's kind of like almost our mascot at this point. I mean, who doesn't like Pierre?
I think he's the most dangerous. We never see him. We never hear him. He could assassinate us at any time.
Yeah, Pierre is a member of the Raliscari.
Like, he was super willing to take an innocent daughter and use her as a hostage. It's messed up.
Dude, that's just like an average player character when you think about it.
Yeah, well, they're messed up.
Alright, so where are you storing Charlie?
Yeah, no. Pierre's taking him back to Dijon.
Okie doke. Off I
Back to
go.
Mustard Town.
Let's go, Charlie.
We'll get ourselves disguised up.
And Sabine, if I never see you again, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, flattery will get you so many places.
Jared, you're on board with this plan, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And
Just making sure it's cool with the captain.
Again, stop with that. I don't want to play a captain. I didn't want to be an officer at all.
Okay,
That
okay.
was from the get-go.
Okay.
yeah, he's an NCO. Anyway. Off and oh hey, I have a page for this. I'm the best. Boop. That production value. And so, with Pierre and Charlie now out of your hair, you guys can rest assured that nothing wrong will befall your team for the rest of your journeys. Into the Forest of White Stag you go, which Renee is actually quite familiar with. Full of large green trees that are green almost year-round. And it's very famous for its the white stags that live in this forest, but you guys don't see any. And for this leg of the trip, everybody's gonna make a combined, basically like a travel roll to see if you can keep yourself out of trouble.
All
Okay.
right.
What would you like us to roll?
Describe our approaches.
Yeah, give it to me. Basically, you need 5 collective raises to avoid trouble, and there's 5 collective raises for something good to happen.
All right. So, do you have an idea, Renee?
Well,
Of what?
something like
Yeah.
survival would obviously be
Well, I mean, like, do you have an idea of something, how you want to describe yourself leading us through the woods?
well, that's difficult to. Oh wait, no, we do have that map. I forgot since it's on the other page. Um, yeah, sure. I'm going to say that Renee's sort of leading you guys through the woods, and at first it seemed he's like a little lost because it's been like years since he's been through here, but after a while he starts to recognize certain landmarks and gets a little bit more confident of himself, and as you go deeper and deeper into the woods on
Cool.
horseback.
Are we going on horseback or are we going
Uh,
on foot?
Oh no, you gotta go horseback, man, but don't worry because like the
See,
trees in here, it
I,
creates such a thick canopy that it's there you don't have to worry about too much brush or anything like that.
uh, this might matter. I don't know. I would have probably asked this before, but when the raiders raid, are they on horseback? Or are they, on foot for the most?
Horseback.
Okay, yeah, good. I just didn't want it to be crazy suspicious if we're walking in on, riding in on horses. So,
No,
okay.
that's fine.
All right.
Did the raiders ride in on white stags? Because that'd be kind of awesome.
No.
I'd be,
No
I'd be
way.
worried.
No army of.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a little triple.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, I guess what I'm leading them towards is that like I probably know, or maybe I know, I don't know, but maybe Renee knows like part of the river where the it's particularly shallow that the raiders are probably using, and so that's where he's heading towards, and
All right. Cool.
and he's gonna warn them to watch out for scouts for the raiders because that'd be the most logical place to put scouts if they were worried about people trying to sneak up on their camp.
All right. Cool. So, my idea for an approach is like, as we were setting out to ride, like I was, getting people like, haggard looking cloaks, tattered, making sure like, any clothes that we're wearing, I'm making sure it's like, it doesn't look freshly pressed or clean, like the musketeer uniforms generally kept upkeep. I'm trying to make it look like, upon first glance that, oh, these guys are scumbags like us.
Sounds good to me.
Leon,
Yeah, that looks fine. No.
do you have an idea for an approach?
Sorry, I'm not entirely here today, and this used to for me, so no, not really. I guess just finesse and ride.
Okay, cool.
As Leon handstands on the back of his horse as they travel through the forest. Alrighty,
Okay.
let's get some roll.
I guess I'm rolling wits to navigate through the forest and riding to avoid, us getting into like a sand pit or something.
Okay.
I think mine sounds like wits and perform.
Oh, okay.
All right. I will spend a hero point to help Renee.
Ah, gracias. All right. I have 3 successes with no extra dice, just rolling normally with the extra 4.
I have 3 raises as well.
Alrighty, so Leon has 2 raises. That's 5 plus 8.
There's, 1 die left over.
With the extra raises, with the extra die he gave me, I have another 3 raises.
Hey, excellent. So, as you guys are traveling about, not incredibly near the camp where they are, but still along the river, you guys notice that there's I'll buy it. I'll buy it!
Excellent.
I can't wait for this fight. Oh man, it's gonna be good. You guys managed to you almost step directly into this, but luckily Renee is like, "Hey, stop!" I mean, no, something like that. But you notice just off the river, not too far away from the bandit camp, but far away enough to be like out of sight, out of mind. There's actually a second camp of people that shouldn't be in this forest. There's actually a camp of about 7 to 10 Castilians. And you can tell because they're speaking Spanish.
Castilian.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think we should kill these guys first.
Whoa.
They're
Whoa.
trespassing. We're at war.
Okay,
Hold on.
fair, but I mean, like, how do these guys look, Chris? Do they
They
look
also-
like armed combat?
What are they saying?
Hey, you
I don't
speak
speak Castilian.
Spanish, don't you?
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. Live near the border.
Yeah,
I
of
speak
course.
Spanish.
Of course. My apologies.
Also-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, they could actually be from Montaigne. They just look Castilian because border people doesn't really matter too much.
They're speaking Castilian, so
That's true, but these guys, they do look like scouts. They are absolutely armed. They even have a few, primitive sabotage type things, like tiny kegs of powder and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
a little
these
bit
are
of
good clues.
listening in lets you know that they are, they're part of a little unit called the Silver Paw. And that their badges have cat paws on them. They seem to be guerrilla fighters or something like that.
Totally gonna get one of those. All right, let's somebody line up a shot at their little pegs, powder kegs.
actually, I was gonna do that too.
Do it. Let's all do it.
You both shoot at
We're
the same
definitely gonna
time,
kill
and your
these
bullets
guys.
hit and ricochet off each other.
So,
We're
sorry, I was
definitely
AFK there for a minute. What am I missed? We're blowing up the camp.
Well,
They
see,
are they're saboteurs. They are
okay.
actual Castilian.
Okay.
we found
powder
some
and stuff.
Castilian saboteurs. We're not sure if they're the same as the Raiders. It could just be happenstance.
That's a heck of a happenstance, but yeah.
Well, we rolled a lot of raises, so
Yeah. Well, okay then.
Gentlemen, I
Hmm.
believe our priorities have changed. We can go after the bandits later.
Should
This,
we
however-
maybe... I'm sorry, Leon. Please continue, Jared.
I don't know, this, however, is something that we should handle first. There's only, 7 of them, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, we can take 7.
Absolutely. But do you think it would be more prudent to listen in first and see if we can figure out what they're trying to blow up, or would you rather try to capture them alive?
No. Sabine, do you think you're going to learn much more?
Well, GM, what have I heard them saying? Because you said they were speaking, so.
Yeah, but when people are at a campfire chilling out, they'll go, "So, how about that plan for us to blow up Versailles? Pretty crazy, huh?"
So they're just like talking, just random, like.
Yep. Other than the information I
Campfire
gave you
stuff.
about what they were saying,
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah. No, that's what we got. Let's get the drop on them.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
They're just travelers, it's obviously they're not though.
You guys want to try to do this sneaky and silent, or just bust down the doors, so to speak?
We're Well, we both said we were going to target some of the
Yeah.
kegs of gunpowder.
I think go for it, Leon. Unless there's multiple kegs, then I could also shoot one. I've got one bullet.
Yeah, there's two
Okay,
different kegs.
What
Are there?
I'm concerned about is if we blow up the kegs, then that's going to alert the bandits just right across the road.
Yeah, but
We can always go after the bandits later.
yeah.
All right, man.
There's priorities, and then there's priorities. All right.
Fair enough.
This.
Okay,
so
then.
3-3.
So, I guess y'all, after you guys blow up the stuff, I'll just ride in and start slashing people.
I'll give a hero point to, or spend a hero point to give Sabine 4 extra dice.
All right, yeah.
On your
As you
shot.
like help me line up my
It's
shot.
like you shoot that keg, I'll shoot this one.
Okie doke. So with your opportunities, that'll be for 2 raises. You can, either one of you can hit one of the kegs and blow it up, and it will do some damage on it.
Okay. Well, that's 5 raises.
Hey, there we go.
All right, I've got also 5 raises.
Sweet.
How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, nothing left over.
Same here.
As we like both line up our shot.
Guys, lick your lips and kind
Leon's like got his arm guiding my arm as like I look over and catch his eyes and glance away.
It's like
Shake
the pottery
your head.
scene in Ghost, but with a sniper rifle.
Get back, get the head back in the game.
All right, Renee, go ahead and give me yours just in case.
Well, I'm going to charge in there and start slashing, assuming they're still able to fight. So I guess that'd be, I think it'll just be riding in finesse again, because I'm actually really good at that.
Okie doke.
Do you want me to go ahead and ride or roll that?
Oh, wouldn't you know it? I would.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And Leon spent 3 raises to blow up the keg, right? Or
2 raises per keg.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 raises on the keg, and
I do
Well,
think the
let's see.
consequence is going to be that the bandits totally hear you, but
well,
You guys
I
seemed
mean,
okay
that's
with
sort of
that?
given.
Okay.
Well,
So
we could also spend raises to avoid those consequences.
that's true.
So, boss man. According to this calculator thing, I have 5 raises and no remaining dice.
Sweet.
Oh, Jesus,
Renee is a skilled horseman.
we really got the jump on these Castilians.
That
Try
academy,
to sabotage these enchanted woods, huh?
yeah, that academy edge is really paying off.
And is that that's the skill you have the extra raise for initiative, right?
That
No,
it
that's
is.
the,
Although I'm going to hold off till you guys blow up the kegs of gunpowder.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll go first. I'll spend 2 raises for a keg, and I'll spend all 3 to do extra wounds to the brute squad there. Because that's what the silver pie is, right?
Alrighty, so the ones near Leon were apparently his were the closest to really the closest to the barrel, so he shot one and just 7 dudes go flying out from their seats as he hits the gunpowder and goes over to Sabine.
All right. Like, heck, yeah, I was wondering, how do brutes even deal with firearms?
Firearms not so effective. Explosions a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, I meant like the whole dramatic wound thing that firearms cause. Were there any other kegs?
Yeah.
And it was 2 raises to get a keg.
It was 2 raises.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 raises to shoot the keg.
Okie doke. And then, sadly, the last remaining silver paws, they get up, go for their guns, look around, and then suddenly the keg by them also explodes and takes them out. The damage
And then,
actually overlaps with one dude, so he just gets vaporized.
And how many consequences to try to, it'd be like a hope and a prayer that the bandits just don't hear this, but how many would that require?
Oh, I'd say 4 for the 2 raises spent on the explosion.
I'll spend 3 raises to, knock that down to 1 raise left over for Renee.
I think
All right, then.
a tree cracks open and starts to fall or something like that. It's a falling tree. Yeah, Renee.
Okay.
So,
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, all the saboteurs are KO'd at this point?
Yep.
Excellent.
There's 1 raise remaining to somehow mask the sound of 2 explosions from the bandits.
Enchanted Forest.
Yep. And then your extra saves can be maybe to recover some materials from these guys or keep one of them alive or something like that.
That sounds good then. All right. Well, I will
Recover like some of those shots.
That's a good question.
It'd be 4 for either of them because everything just got really blown up, so it'd be a concentrated effort to save a man or save some documentation.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try to cover up the explosion. I mean, is it? We could maybe say it's cloudy out, and so am I mistaken as thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good.
And and that leaves me with 4 raises, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I will use the remaining 4 to I'm gonna say that you guys probably blew up those bad guys pretty good.
Yep.
So I'm going to maybe they've got some
Documentation.
documentation or like a map or something or like some sort of orders or something that sort of gives us an idea of like who they're working for, what they were planning to accomplish, that sort of thing.
Yeah. They have a very detailed map of all the riverways and everything that lead from Castile to Montaigne. So you've got very detailed notes about all the waterways. And from what you can tell, they are working for none other than El Gato, who is General Montague's kind of nemesis in Castile right now.
Castile.
He's the head and most famed general, and the only one who's been able to do anything against Montague's advances.
Right.
So from what you can tell, they were scouting out waterways and possibly finding ways to sabotage some facilities along the waterfront.
Blowing up bridges and the like.
And the like, yeah.
Ah, classic.
It looks like
Okay,
actually guard posts along the river.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share this information with the rest of the group and suggest that maybe our work here is done, because once we, turn this into the authorities and explain that there are saboteurs in the area, then they're sure to send troops over here,
Patrols.
which can also help us deal with the 40+ bandits.
True.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Let's
True.
go on to their camp anyways.
True,
There.
but
Well.
I feel as though this is a greater threat to all Montaigne, so we should somehow at least make sure that a warning gets out to the rest of the country, and then we can proceed on to deal with this.
Well,
Well,
why are
Leon,
you
what do
talking like we're gonna fail? I mean,
Hey, I'm just
gonna
saying.
go kill
never-
a bunch of bandits and then go back.
We're
Oh
musketeers,
yeah, we're,
man.
We're
just
gonna go
slay, like
chop.
13 bandits, and it'll be good.
I'm gonna
Oh,
try
yeah,
to.
it'll be fine.
And then those silver paw pins able to be recovered.
There's one, it's warped and melted, but still in fine shape, other than that.
Yeah, good enough. Pocket it.
Are there any barrels of gunpowder left over?
I like
No,
the way you
sadly, enough to kill 10 men was all that was there.
Damn.
All
I
right.
didn't think about that till afterward, in fact. Could have been more
Okay.
useful elsewhere, but
Well, what we could do is we could put this information on one of our horses, and these are smart, well-trained horses. They can find their way back home,
Out of an
carrying the
enchanted
information, and we
forest?
can. Yeah.
Renee, if you want to flee, just flee. You don't need to make excuses.
Oh,
Whoa,
nah.
you're across the line, sir.
What's Renee's hubris?
Unfortunate.
Damn it. Okay, continue.
You know what? Let's just, guys. I get it. You're both very, very, impressive. Look, your strategies sound, Renee and Leon. You're right. We're here. We could deal with them right away. So let's just ride on ahead. As I just jump on the horse and ride towards their thing. Because I am what is it? Foolhardy.
Sure, I'll take it.
I think the word you're looking for is stupid. Yeah.
Ah, shit, just a second.
However, your horse does not want to run away, as out between a set of trees, you see a large white stag step out and
Oh wow.
bite some.
Well, then I'll get off the horse and just walk towards that stag because that is gorgeous. I am enthralled.
Yeah, eat some posies, and it noms on it and looks at you guys with dull, ununderstanding eyes, but it doesn't seem to hold fear for men or women.
Okay then.
I just keep stepping closer until see if I can pet it.
You can pet it, and it has fur like silk, and
Wow.
Lice.
and these
Lots of
are
lice.
the legendary stags that the Beaufort family has been charged with protecting for 2 generations.
I'm trying to feed it.
What are you trying to feed it? Human flesh?
Berries or whatever it was eating before. I'm gonna pick some off and offer it.
Sure. Nom nom nom. It like.
All right.
So, Leon, while she's distracted, you were saying, look, man, I'm just saying, we can send a horse back. We can send my horse back. It's used to going through these woods.
You know what? Go ahead.
All right. I will do
I
so.
mean, it's your horse. If it gets lost, it's on you.
Chris?
Sure, yeah.
All right then.
I don't know, roll a horsemanship panache?
Yeah, it sounds like empathy, right?
Okay.
Or ride. Yeah.
Ride panache.
Well, there is no horsemanship, so there's just
Oh,
ride.
pardon me, everybody.
Works fine for me. Panache and ride.
Yeah. See if you can horse whisper. There'll be 2 races. I'll say that.
Who's a pretty elk? You're a pretty elk.
You know what? I'll say it's 3 races, but if you send it to the Beaufort estate, not far away from the forest, it'll only be 2 races.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend 3 races because I have 5 races total.
Renee's a monster.
I'm good with horses, man. What can I say?
Yeah.
He's a riding fiend.
So yeah, as your horse goes, okay, boss, I know the way. He jumps away, and as he does, a cape falls from the sky onto him, and he looks. Yeah.
He has him do the thing, and he just says nay.
He jumps into the air, and a rainbow propels him to Charus.
Excellent. All right, now we can
Meets
continue
up
on with
Pierre
our.
and starts writing the note out with his teeth and a
Now we
pen.
can continue onwards to our super suicide mission,
All right.
Captain.
Stop calling him that.
It's not going to be a suicide mission. This is going to be
Sure.
an easy fight.
Sure. Okay.
Just a second.
And
1 sec.
I got throwing knives. I'm good. Also, we'll still be able to infiltrate them because we look like scumbags.
and now Renee's covered in ash, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that even helps. See, we can smear the ashes around your face so they don't recognize you. Just, talk like Armand would talk.
It took all my effort not to make a blackface joke.
It's not a...
I appreciate the effort.
But then I pointed it out, so who's to say?
Yeah, I don't... It shouldn't take that much effort.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, that stag. And bids you a courtly nod.
Are these stags magical?
What would
Are
I
these
ride
stags
to
magic,
ride that
Chris?
stag into camp? Is that
I just want to know. It was like... Yeah, I've heard stories of Avalon and how they lead to crazy things and they can talk.
Are these in fact magical stags, Chris? I mean, I imagine I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, they're totally magic.
Okay. How so?
What do you mean, how so? What do you want from me?
Well, I mean, I just have the core rule book, so I don't know jack about these stags.
Oh no,
What does
they...
my character know about the stags?
Yeah, he knows about the stags. Apparently, very early in the Empire, Empress Montaigne the First. You know her. You know, she traveled through these woods and, got very injured. But a stag came up and let her break off a piece of its horn, and it healed her. Because their horns have special healing properties. Ever since then, these lands have belonged to the Montaigne family. And various families throughout the history have been in charge of stewardship over the land. And that's this one. There's also rumors of them bestowing like crazy magical abilities on people every few hundred years. But, that part's tall tales.
So they're
Okay, I share all
they're
that
just-
with the party.
No, so they're just stories and it's just a stag. Okay.
Hey, how many stags let you walk up and feed them out of your hand?
Most of the ones that aren't hunted.
So you're saying it's
Exactly.
or it has rabies. Now I'm worried.
Yeah, Sabine just starts foaming at the mouth and
It'll take a little longer.
can't
than
swallow water. Speaking of swallowing water,
that. All right. Let's go, boys.
and with that, the stag.
You
hops
take the
away.
reins. You're a lot better at riding than me.
Ah, gracias.
I'll just wrap my arms around you.
Does Sabine ride side
Okay.
saddle?
I mean, only when the situation requires it.
Cause she's a lady.
I mean, we were trained to ride, like, normally.
Okay then. So, Chris.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? How do you guys want to approach the bandit camp?
Just a sec. I'm trying to think of a quip.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I do have Joy to Vave.
Well,
Oh, nice.
you're building it up for us, man. So it better be good.
Joie de vivre.
Let's make like Jack and slay a giant.
Hey!
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty
You
good.
could have a hero point for that. That was good.
Yeah, I won't poo-poo that one. That was good, man.
Yeah, man. All quips are good quips.
No. Okay, so who's doing the talking? That's the main question. I'm not gonna open my mouth for fear that they recognize me. I'm just gonna try to be in the background.
Well, let's approach and see what happens first. Then we can play by ear.
Yeah.
Well, it's late into the night, so really the only people awake right now are the, first watch. So.
If only we had Armand here to kill the guards without them noticing.
Is that a thing he does?
I don't know. I think it's a thing he can do.
He can do it.
Fair
I
enough.
think he's sneaky.
Yeah, he is. He is a little shit, yeah. So yeah, there's about 5 people awake right now who are sitting at a campfire, throwing dice around, making out, college stuff.
Bonjour.
I guess I'll give you a better description than that. It's a very large bandit camp. There's several, semi-permanent establishments. Down the hill, just a little bit away, there's large, sparsely wooded area that all the horses are kind of corralled up into. And, yeah.
Let's ride on in. Moseying on in.
You get the halt. Who goes there? As these guys stumble to their feet, buckle up their belts, pull out swords in an uncoordinated fashion.
Oh, jeez. This is what I was sent here to help with?
There's a lot of them, though.
I still make my comment. The doctor told me to come out here for fun and excitement, as befitting a scumbag like me, apparently.
What'd you say?
I'm just repeating Miriam's words.
And they all look between each other, and they let out a long sigh, and they sit back down. And it's like, listen, Miriam, he's sleeping right now, so, gotta wait till the morning, find some place to take a load off and wait for him in the morning.
Fair enough. Well, do you want us to get started? We could take, how about, join them for games, share a wine flask, and we want to prove ourselves, so we're totally willing to take on some of the watches. Like the dead man's watch, the middle that nobody likes.
We shall allow you to drink with us, but we will not let you to sleep over everyone's bodies while nobody watches.
Well, let's see how good at convincing I am.
Alright. Roll for brainwash.
Well, I mean, probably gonna require a lot of raises, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say that's pretty arduous.
That's why I'm also trying to get them drunk.
Remember, I did that Joy de Verve, so
That's
your
right.
first
Oh
one.
yeah. Every
If
die
you roll
is a-
underneath your skill, it count at your skill or underneath. It counts as a raise. It counts as a 10.
I thought every die rolled counts as a 10.
No, it's if you hit your skill for whatever skill you're rolling, it counts as a 10.
It's not quite the best move imaginable, but it's pretty good.
Counts all dice that roll equal to or on. Okay, so the skill being convince. So since I have 2 in convince, 2 dice count as 10.
Any die you roll as a 1 or as a 2 count.
Oh, okay. Oh, then. All right, now I understand it. All right. Should I spend a hero point? Yeah, I probably should. Do I have other things to spend them on? Nah, it's not an object. All right.
I hope you succeed. I want this to.
I'll spend a hero point for an extra die.
Okay.
So, first time using convince.
And you know what? I'll spend a hero point to stand there, look competent, and give you a +4.
All right.
Make it look like the sort of person that can be relied on to keep a watch.
Hey, that guy doesn't look like he's gonna slit our throats.
Okay, so I rolled 3 2s and a 1. So this is gonna be weird to calculate.
You're halfway there. They just like start handing over their weapons and stuff to you. Yeah. The combination to the communal safe is 1, 2, 3.
So I got 110, 3 2s and a 1, so there's 5. A 5 and a 6, there's 6. Then let's see, there's 5 and 6 done. 3 6s, a 7, 8, and 9. So there's 3 more.
You know.
So it sounds like I got 9 raises, I think.
Okay, after a long bit of drinking,
5, 6.
they're like, "Oh yeah, we're getting pretty tired. You know this. We're not supposed to do this, but you guys seem like all right guys. You think like, would you take the next shift? Would that be okay? Would that be okay with you guys?"
Yeah. As long as you're okay, I mean, yeah, you've been, it's a long day, I understand, but totally, we've got this.
All right, thanks. Cool. So, the corral's down there. It doesn't have a lock on it, but make sure it stays shut because we don't want the horses getting out. Over there's Miriam's house. Just don't go near it because, there's no lock on it or anything, but it's, very scary. See, over there's the weapon stockpile, so just make sure nobody's messing around with that. And, yeah, we're just going to go, hey, we're camped next to the really big tree that looks like it might fall over at the smallest provocation. So we're just going to sleep under that. And, and hey, see you guys in the morning. And, hey, we owe you one.
Yeah, no problem. No, thank you. Man, go enjoy. Take rest your feet.
Thank you. They all get up and put on their onesies and head to bed.
So let's go look.
You cut off from me. I didn't hear the finish.
I said let's go look through the weapons pile.
Oh yeah, totally. As we're scouting around, obviously keeping an eye out. Somebody's,
finding out where everyone's sleeping.
Yeah. Somebody checks out the weapons. Somebody checks out the horses. Somebody strolls past Miriam's.
Yeah, let's see. Plenty of sabers. There's a few guns. Lots of rotting fruit in this area. They don't really preserve it that well. That's probably why they have to raid so often, because they're not taking proper storage of this place. And actually, as you look around at the lots of guys have little sacks and stuff at their feet of their treasure and stuff. They're actually living a lot better than they should be for how many people there are for bandits, the type of towns that they're attacking. They're actually making a lot more money than they should be, so that's something to note. There's no kegs of powder, but there's a few horns of gunpowder and some reloadable shots and stuff like that.
I was really hoping there was a keg or two sitting around.
There's about 20 or so horses in the corral, and they're all...
They're not military boys, sadly.
Yeah, let's gather back up. So, I think using one of those horns of powder, you can drop that tree on. The majority of them sleeping underneath that tree.
Weirdly enough, yes.
Yeah. So using that horn of powder, one of you two can drop that tree on them. I'll stand there and wait for Miriam to come out and deal with him, since he's supposedly immortal.
What?
And I'm the only
gall
duelist.
this man has.
He claims to be immortal. I'll put that to the test.
Okay, it sounds like we got a plan, right?
So to put
Renee,
things in
you
a game
were
mechanic,
cavalryman, right?
you'd say there's about 2 brute squads of 10 in this camp. You know, with good enough warfare, something like that, you know, 5 raises, that tree can take out an entire brute squad, and we'll see where we go from there.
Do either of you have much warfare, or am I gonna do that?
It doesn't have to be warfare. It can be like, you know, it can be shooting
Okay.
if you want to work with gunpowder or something like that.
Aim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. I got 2 aim. I could also sneak.
Or scholarship if you want to engineer something. You know, whatever.
What do you think, Renee? Which approach would you like best? Dealing with the horses or the tree?
Well, I think
You have experience
that,
at riding people down, don't you? Being a cavalryman.
yeah, and we are short a horse.
Well,
So
I mean, I was just saying you can mount up, and because we probably aren't going to kill them all with the tree. You can just ride them
True.
down as they stumble around in the dark.
that, and if we get rid of their horses, you know, scare them off or ride off with them, they aren't going to really be able to do much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll take care of the horses if you guys. I say we take care of the horses. Yeah.
All right, you've got the horses. I'll deal with the tree. You're gonna deal with Mirren.
Yeah, I'll deal with the supposedly undead giant, or unkillable giant.
So yeah, let's what should we do about the weapons piles?
Tie them to the horses. Let's go do that first.
Yeah. I like this.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
And in fact, Renee, if you want to just lead them around acting like a company of cavalry coming for them in the woods, that may drive off the few we don't kill.
Worth a shot.
All right, so I think we've got our approaches.
Okay, and as we get ready to roll, I'll just drop in all my danger points and, you know, onto the map. And we'll go from there.
I'll spend my hero point to give Renee a +4 if you think you're capable of it.
Gracias.
Because remember, our characters don't like each other, so it's more of a. Do you really think you're up for this?
Spite point.
Yeah.
Only if you are. That's a terrible comeback for I said that. But yeah, I'm going to give you a hero point too.
No.
And you don't get any. So
Nope.
suck on it.
I'm out of them too, so you know, hopefully 2's good enough.
Wait, how many ranks you have in aim?
Just 2.
Just the 2?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe I ought to give you the hero point then instead. How many do you have? Are you rolling, Jared?
I'm rolling 3 in weaponry.
Okay, so you at least get the reroll die. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Sabine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
All right then. So as I'm moving over, filling pouring the gunpowder into like the cracked tree, setting a little line, getting ready to in my pistol on like a nice V split tree, little thin one, and balancing.
I love it.
Ooh, all right. I rolled at least one. I rolled 110. That's always good. All right, 4 raises.
Sweet.
It's 2, 4, 6, 8.
That's almost enough
11,
to blow down that tree.
10, 3.
Okay, I'm counting 6 successes according to this calculator, with no dice left over.
I will draw my sword. Obviously waiting for him in a sort of cocky pose.
Unless you want to give me a bonus die for whatever reason, Chris. Like for flavor or whatever.
Hey, well, you
You
described
know
what
what?
you were
I
doing.
really like the idea of tying swords to horses and leading them around, so I'll give you an extra die.
Okay,
Yeah.
although to be fair, that was Leon's idea.
Yeah,
Or
but
Jared's.
you're the one executing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's anytime you use a skill for the first time in a scene, and anytime you describe something with flair, you get the bonus die.
And don't forget, you still have the bonus, Rich.
Yeah, you're still wounded. Oh yeah, and you still have
got the
Leon's
joie de vivre.
superpower.
Yeah. Now let's see. I got. 3,
Okay, so
6.
that's just a bonus die if you
2.
want to buy it for a hero point.
Yeah, I'll buy yours and Sabine.
Excellent.
How many of mine?
Just one.
Oh,
Guys, you're
that's
gonna die.
unfair.
I don't wanna murder you too terribly.
I rolled 3 10s, a 3, 2 4s, a 6, and a 9. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6 raises with no spare dice.
Hey. All right. How many did Renee get?
And weaponry is what Lex is on. So there you go at 7.
Renee, what was your raises?
6 total.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna roll for Marianne. The number of dice is going to surprise you.
Well, you got a big doom pool, so.
I'm going to spend one of those to activate the strength of 10 men. Let's see. So the strength of 10 men adds his brawn to each of the die. So pretty good.
Right.
I think 12 is enough for me. But he's going to hold back until something actually happens. He just wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, you know what? I'm going to beat some Musketeers up. Alright, so actually Leon's going to go first, but he might be holding his
Leon's
action.
holding his action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was 5
Doesn't-
raises
doesn't
to...
Doesn't the giant go first?
he's
Oh,
holding-
he's held his action to 6. Okay.
he's asleep.
Yeah. Well, I think it probably makes. I don't know. What's the? Did we go with the trigger being the timber or?
That's what my understanding was.
yeah, that's fine.
That's up to you because you guys both go before me. So.
I'm going to assume that we've already tied the swords and stuff onto the horses, so I'm fine with waiting for the timber.
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's actually gonna decrease one of their strength by half because they don't have weapons.
Excellent. Or good weapons at the very least.
That's right.
All right. So.
Alrighty, Alrighty, so for 4 raises, that will take out 8 thugs.
Oh, am I spending all 4? Okay.
Yeah. It was 5 to kill off the entire group, so.
Alright.
To be fair, that's nothing to sneeze at, man.
Yeah.
Then I got nothing for the round.
Or you can kill off the brigands, or however you want to spread that damage among the mooks.
What? I'll spend all 4. Let's go for it. See what y'all get up to.
Okie doke. So, with that, a tree, if a tree falls in the forest and kills 8 men, does it make a sound? It does. It wakes everybody in the camp up. 2 men get up, and they look at Sabine, whose whole face is just covered in smoking gunpowder that just blew up in her face. And a small tear runs down the face of these bandits as they realize they've been betrayed by men that they trusted. So,
she was so charming.
Still in their onesies, they break off tree branches and they run at Sabine and smack her over the head with...
Well, it's not their turn.
Oh, but everybody's holding for you to go, so...
Yeah, so everybody still has raises before
That's
them.
absolutely... You know, Sabine, you're right.
Yeah, brutes always go at the end of the round.
True, true.
So I guess that's the giant's turn then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
the giant has action.
Yeah, he spends a raise getting
He's
up.
definitely awake by now.
Yeah, he stands up, wakes up, brushes some sleepy out of his eyes, throws open the door, and Leon, you see a man no less than 10 feet tall in front of you.
I guess he is a giant.
He's bustling with muscle and covered in scars, and he has a delicious-looking mustache. And when he talks, the earth under his feet rumbles, and he demands to know what's going on. And, then it's Leon's turn.
I will perform a slash.
Okay.
And so he'll take 3 wounds. And I'll be like, we've come to stop you in the name of the king.
Okie doke. Then we go to Renee, who is... What's Renee up to? What's going on here?
I guess we're doing the horse thing with the sabers.
Yeah, get out of here, boys. I mean, there was just an explosion. They're probably kind of skittish now.
Also, I'd like to throw out there that I'm on one of the horses, stealing one.
Totes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Just like we did in the academy.
That was you and Armin. Oh, I guess you're right. Sabine was there too.
Yep.
And Renee actually has to go in a little bit. So, how would you like to blow those 6 raises? Stampeding over everybody. What's up?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I just lead them. Try to like herd them into the thugs and brigands and try to trample them into death or unconsciousness.
Okie doke. So, Renee with his herds of noble steeds, stampedes over these noble bandits and brigands, doing 6 wounds to all of them. Taking out the brigands and 1 noble thug. And with that, he throws his hat in the air and says, "Meet you back at town," and leads the horses away from the battle.
I just signed up for this today. This is not worth it. Everywhere I go, musketeers on horses.
So now
I want to throw out there though that if I only have I've got 1 hero point left, so can I like donate that sort of for next round?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, who?
How many?
I know Jared's out of them, right? Oh, you're out of them, right? Yeah.
No, I got 1 back. Give it to Leon.
He's got 1. Jared, how are you doing on him?
I have none.
Okay, yeah, I'll donate that to Jared then. I'm gonna sort of give him a sarcastic thumbs up as I Ride back past him.
What's a giant up to?
Yeah, so Renee
He's
stampedes.
about to kick me.
Yeah, he's still got like a 6 raised lead on you.
So Renee stampedes all the thugs and kills all but one, and only one man lives or is conscious in the group now. The one thug who trusted Sabine, and his best friend just got trampled underneath a herd of wild horses. So with fury and tears in his eyes, he lifts up a mighty tree branch and delivers a single wound to Sabine, crying
It's
out.
still not.
Remember,
It's still not his turn.
No, it is. Renee just went. So
No, that's not how it works. Brutes go once all of the other raises have been spent.
what? That's crazy. I will not accept that. Good day,
at the
sir.
end of the turn.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like
Alright.
the giant gets to keep going until he's equal to other players.
Ugh, I hate that.
I'm going to bed, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, dude.
Have
Good
great
plan.
sleep. I hate that. And you know what? I hate you, Joe.
Sorry, dude. I'm trying to help you. Your giant gets to do a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, the giant actually has an advantage from Nations of Thea 2, where he's going to spend 3 danger points. Boop. In one race. And he's going to deliver 7 damage to Leon as he just delivers a mighty punch to Leon's chest and sends him rolling across the field. And then he'll just go ahead and spend 5 raises to also punch Sabine.
Oh, snap. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair move.
5 raises.
5 raises.
1, 3. I have a dramatic wound.
So do I.
And
First
giant
one is...
giant wins ties.
I go on a 6.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Musketeers!
So I'm going to let's see. The first dramatic wound is what adds 1 die.
2 die.
Yeah, well, no. First dramatic wound player suffers gets a bonus die on all risks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hang on to that one. Bash.
Okey-doke.
The giant.
Refresh me on what Noble Bash does.
He next time I deal 1 wound. The next time he deals wounds, he deals 3 less.
Hey, very nice.
I punch him in the face.
Yeah, like hit him with the hilt of your sword right in the nose.
Yeah, he kicks you and you kind of
Probably.
you wipe blood off your lip and then you go punch him in the face as well. Where was I? You got to 4.
It's the giant's turn now.
Yep, then the giant, he's going to spend 2 more danger points. And a raise, and he's going to deliver 5 more wounds to Leon. Picking him up
Only
over his
take
head
2.
and chucking him across the force floor.
And will only take 2 because of Bash.
Oh, that's true. How quickly I forget something that happened 30 seconds ago.
And
If you don't mind me asking, dude, what school are you?
I'm Devore,
Okay.
because it's the only one that's actually founded in Montaigne.
I mean, there's Valro.
Okay, that wasn't in the books I have.
Oh, it's the core. There's a.
That's the wait. Is that the knife fighting one?
No, that's Boucher.
Okay, yeah, Boucher is actually in Montaigne, but with the character I was making,
Okay. I don't know Devro, so.
it's the bodyguard school.
Okay.
That's my favorite one. It has like the coolest ability.
Oh, what
Yeah,
book's that from? Here.
Nations of Fail.
Valro's always been my fave.
Let's see.
But I really like the sword dancing school. And the whip.
I'm going to go ahead and slash him again. so he takes another 3 wounds.
Okie doke. He starts a little shaky as he
Oh, he took 3 wounds from that repose too.
Oh, okay. So he has 2 more actions. Oh, I thought you did a bash. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah, you said you did bash earlier.
Oh, that's right, I did. Never mind. So then this one will be a repose off of that last attack,
Okey-doke.
which means I won't take any damage, and he'll take 3.
Okie doke. Alright. So 3 from slash, 1 from bash, and 3 from the repose. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Let's see.
Bash. Proposed.
Next, he's going to, after getting slashed by Leon's scathing repose, he's going to spend 2 danger points and 4 raises. He's going to do 8 damage to Miss Sabine.
Jesus Christ.
He's pretty upset that 20 people or 40 people just got stampeded and trees.
It's like a guy just flashing him up and he's just running away and chasing me. I'm like, no, stay away. I didn't do anything. Can't prove anything.
So he goes sleepy by for now as he's catching his break after he just like did a bane to.
All right, well, you get to roll 2 more dice next round.
Excellent.
Well, I'll spend the rest of my raises, which should be 3, not 4, on lunge. So and do 6 to him.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2.
Oh, he spent his race. Okay. Then I'm going to take another from the Soul Thug.
Alright, so he has first traumatic wound. You take 1 damage to Sabine.
Jesus.
So he breathes heavily as his body's covered in sword cuts, bruises, various undesirable lesions. And as we head into this new round, it seems that dead tree that Sabine blew up, well, gosh darn it if it didn't catch fire, and things start to swirl around the whole camp as things get a little bit toasty around here.
I will use resolve and weaponry to keep going.
All right, so we got all these horses rushing around, up 1 to 1, and so because this guy's chasing after me, so I'm making it harder for him to hit me. So as I'm riding around, and I'm like whipping out daggers and throwing them at him, trying to doing just like distract him basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got raises and ideas. So finesse and aim. And I'll spend a hero point to help out my buddy Leon.
I already had 1 spent on me.
No, yeah, that was last round.
No, he did that as he was leaving, remember?
No, he gave you a hero point.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
You can.
Okay.
Hey.
In which case, I'll spend that hero point to help you out as well. Be like, take care of try not to get in his way. I'll take care of him.
I hope. 3, 2, right. Same roll. Okay. Ooh, wait. No, my dice don't yet explode. All right, 5 raises. Okay.
6 raises again.
Luckily, strength of 10 wears off, so he won't get quite as many raises.
I got 1 die left over.
I'll take it, man.
Wait, I forgot to reroll. So I have 7.
Alright, so Leon has 7, and how many does Sabine have?
Sabine, 5 raises.
And bear with me as I just decipher what I just put before me. Looks like 8 to me.
Luckily, I'm on a horse.
Okay, so with him going first, let's see, what's everybody's wounds at? How are we doing?
I've got that first 7.
I got 14.
Alrighty. He will spend a
Luckily,
day.
I'm on a horse,
Yeah.
riding fast.
He doesn't really want to chase after a horse right now, so he's gonna focus on Leon and try to kill him. So, spending 3 raises and a danger point, he's going to do 5 damage to Leon.
Okay. In reply, I will represent that.
Okay.
Spend 1 raise, and he takes 3, and I only take 2.
Fair enough, and it goes back to you.
Then I will slash, and he takes 3. And then I will bash, and he will take 1.
Okay.
And then I will slash again, because I have that quick reflexes and weaponry. And then it goes to him. Or,
Him, yeah, villains win ties.
And bash applies to the
so
next thing of damage
next time
he
he
does?
deals damage, yes. Next time he deals damage, he deals 1 less wound. So I just dealt 7 to him. So he's taken 10 this round already.
Oh, and he's so upset. He's not having it. He curls that fist into a fist.
Then
he
is that
nails
another
his
dramatic
eyes.
wound.
And sure, why not? His fist begins to glow with a green energy, and he spends a danger point in all his remaining raises
Danger. Danger.
to deal
Wrong one. That was me.
not 6 but 5 damage. And
You just took my raises instead of the giants.
oh, did I? My bad. I just really want to win. I just have to do this.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, dealing 5 raises to Leon with the bash included.
Okay.
Then it goes to Sabine.
All right, so
I took another dramatic wound.
oof. All right, so he just swung his glowing fist at my buddy Leon. All right, so yeah, as I'm riding past, I've got this horse managed to have some rope on it, so I'm like trying to lasso him up, and I'm trying to like tie up his feet to cinch it real tight to like pull him off his off balance.
Okay.
So how many raises would that be to create an opportunity to basically sort of create an advantage where I'm like tying the one end of the rope to the horse and trying to cinch him up so he was going to trip and fall over.
Let's see. I'll take it for 3 raises. You can do that.
Sold.
So yeah, Sabine valiantly runs in, throws that lasso around.
Rides in.
Runs in on the back of a horse. Lassos the giant, trips his feet out from under him, and Leon, you can go ahead and make a dueling maneuver without even using a raise because it's too easy.
Let's see. I will go ahead and just use lunge again and use deal 7 damage.
Okie doke.
And that'll use all my raises.
Okie doke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 2 dramatic wounds in, and Miriam the giant. Now on his feet, legs trapped in. Oh, wait, actually, Sabine, you still have 2 races left. How we doing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm basically trying to like make it super hard for him to get up as I'm riding, dragging him around. So I'm going to apply pressure for him to do anything other than trying to escape the bindings.
Okay.
So and then I guess I'll just throw 2 daggers. So 2 wounds.
Okay. Boop, boop. Okay, so at this point in time, he looks about halfway beaten. He's breathing very heavily and might not wish to continue. What are you guys looking like?
Well, I mean, I'm not looking good. I'm still,
Yeah.
I'm the same as last round, but
I'm not quite on my last legs, but
I forgot my bonus die for all rest last time. Oh well.
Let's see, that second dramatic wound, that takes 1 away, right?
No.
It lets them get more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just gets to roll more dice.
It's bonus dice. The
Okay.
hero gets a bonus dice, and then tins explode. I believe is the last one.
Well,
First
I have
dramatic
a,
wound.
oh no, I was asking because I have my second dramatic wound.
Yeah.
So
So first dramatic wound, us the heroes get to roll 1 extra bonus die. Second dramatic wound, villain gets +2 dice. So he's getting +4 dice from both of us.
yeah. Okay. And then the third-
But basically, as we're riding around, my approach is like, yeah, you best surrender. We could do this all night. Ha ha ha! As I'm, riding and dragging him, and trying to play off the fact that sure we're beat up, but we're the Musketeers. We always get our man.
my approach will be I'll drop my blade tip down into the ground and pull out my musket and resolve an aim. Shoot him in the face.
Hey, when he's gonna throw his hands up in the air once he sees that
You got a musket.
Yeah, the musket. He's being dragged around by a horse. He's
Through a burning encampment.
yeah, through a burning forest. He's kind of he'll throw his hands up in the air and
Surrendering.
yeah, he'll surrender.
All right.
Breathing heavily, he
Sweet.
lets out a long, hearty laugh, and he goes, "Oh, you two are something." And
Of course, we are the Musketeers. Hair whip. Cough, cough, cough. Let's get out of here. Tie him up and let's get him out of here.
all right, does anybody want to investigate his?
I mean, the place is burning up. So.
Oh, I know it's risky, but
All right.
I guess
You know what?
look
Tie him
through
up.
his house.
Yeah, tie him over the back of one of the horses. Make him.
Which poor horse are you? It's a few horses. Yeah, like strap a few horses together and then throw them over.
Oh, no problem.
Oops, I forgot I have fencer. So I had 1 more die for all of that. Oh well.
All right.
All right, so throwing a handkerchief over her mouth, Sabine rushes into the camp to see if there's rushes into the giant's house to see if there's anything worthwhile to.
Sounds like notice and sounds like speeds up the resolve. We'll go with resolve. That makes more sense.
Okay.
So I'm rushing, looking around frantically. There's got to be something.
Once again, there's 3 things to notice for 3 raises.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I forgot my bonus die from dramatic wounds. Okay. There we go. Oh, well, I got a 10. All right, 3 raises exact.
Boom, 2 times in a row. All right, you notice.
And 5.
Actually, you grab what you can and run out of the forest, and then.
Yeah. I don't know. You probably not time to look it over in the burning building.
And you know what? As you guys are running away, you see a white stag kind of standing on the hill there, and as it does, the fire begins to fade and ebb away. The mysterious guardians of the forest of White Stag.
Maybe it is magic.
Okay, so this fellow, Mirian the Giant, he has basically correspondences with letters from someone anonymous telling him to that he's free to attack any Orsino villages that he wants, and that he's free to attack any of the before villages that he wants. However, in the before land, there are very specific messages of like what shipments and like what wagons and stuff and shops he's not allowed to attack.
Oh, so you are working for the befores.
He'll shrug. It's all anonymous.
It's pretty obvious.
That's one bit. You guys already know this, but they weren't attacking Avenon because his daughter lived there, and that was his like one stipulation. And finally, not only that, but the last message that this fellow has was asking for him to send any men handy in assassinations over to murder Duke Adrian Orsino. And on that kind of cliffhanger, that's where our session will end for today.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, people who are watching. I love you, because I think one of you is my girlfriend. Everybody else, go fuck yourselves.